Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are the XoneBros. This is podcast number 118.
118.
This is your positive gaming and Xbox One community.
Yes. I was about to take a drink.
We're about to take a drink.
I thought I had my, I say something right after you at the beginning. I thought I already did that. 118. I thought I could take a drink by then.
We're in a routine. As always, I'm joined by the bros, the XoneBros. First and foremost, we're switching it up here. It's Jordan the man. He's wearing our lean, green, mean T-shirt.
Hey.
How you doing, Jordan?
Good.
Best thing that happened to you this week?
No, I don't know.
You got talking to the mic.
I don't know.
Okay, there we go.
You got to game a lot.
Yeah, that was
You
fun.
did.
Well, then there you go. That he got to game. I'll answer for him. He
Very-
got to game a
very
lot.
nice. Speaking of that, now it's Mr. McSpicy,
Woo!
Mark Haywood.
Woo, I'm here.
Yes.
Yay.
Best thing that happened to you this week?
You want to know a sad story? Go to complete opposite of
Okay,
that.
okay. Well, I mean, when I said best thing, I meant worst thing.
Yeah. I'm selling my motorcycle.
Oh,
and it's it's basically a
That's
done deal.
bittersweet, though.
Yeah.
It's bittersweet.
It was a good. I bought that right from the lot 9 years ago. That was a good baby. She treated me well.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
She did.
Yes. Anyways, I got to play Red Dead Redemption this week. Oh yeah, that's the best.
John Marston is back in our
Oh, my
lives. And in a
goodness.
big way.
You know what's so great about that game besides everything
Sure.
in the world?
What?
I really enjoy. It feels very fresh to me since it's been 5 years,
Yeah, it's been a while.
5 or 4 or
Well,
5
and
years.
we don't have any of our save files because they were all
Yeah.
on our 360s. So starting over, new character, boom.
And I am just already immersed like you could not imagine. Do you know what makes that? It still holds up to today. I was streaming that last night, and people were like, "Whoa, did this get a visual bump?" And no, believe it or
didn't.
not, it's just what makes that game look so well is amongst many things, is the animations.
Yeah.
They nailed how people walk, how people move, how the horses move. They're famous for that.
Yeah.
Just how things.
Well, and I really enjoy, they really nailed the world and the blur, like from things in a distance.
Yeah.
It just looks so
depth
good.
of field.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about that later, but that was the best thing that happened to me video game wise this week.
Nice.
Amen. I am X1. Best thing that happened to me this week, Pokemon Go. That's right, everybody. Pokemon Go. I have 6 Pokemon in my Pokédex, which I know for a lot of you are like, that's nothing.
He got it 5 hours ago?
I got it. I love that Pokemon Go. Genius. For those of you that don't know, it's all the rage right now on your cell phones. It's Pokemon on your cell phone, and you capture them throughout the world.
You literally walk outside and there might be a Pokemon
There's
on your
3
sidewalk.
Pokemon gyms within less than a mile of,
yeah.
of
Up
where
right
we're
here?
at. Yes.
Yeah.
And me and Jordan are going to team up and go battle the guys for our gym.
Yeah.
Wait, has it been taken over? I knew you had 2 gyms yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Somebody's already taken it over?
They took the first one the day of.
Team
and
Red.
then- yeah, and then the second one they actually took just this morning.
I
They took
think
it back,
you should have probably put something other than the Pokemon you had there.
Yeah.
Something a little stronger, not just a weenie.
Yeah.
Anyways, Pokemon Go. This is just blowing my mind all over the place.
By the way, I never got into Pokemon.
Any of the Pokemons?
Nuh-uh.
None of
I
them?
never did.
Wow.
Yeah. I kind of don't understand it, but I kind of get it at the same time.
It would be you should borrow Jordan's 3DS.
Well, because I went through Pogs,
You sure?
and that was stupid.
Okay.
That was straight up dumb, but it was fun.
It was fun.
And I
Okay.
could see this being fun.
Pokemon, you have got to borrow Jordan's 3DS and play Pokemon because it would
Jordan
be
won't give it to me. I've tried 5 times.
it would be to you the equivalent on a 3DS of Stardew Valley.
Oh.
Like it is that because it has
Hey,
that
I gotta
collection that build up your hundreds of characters that you're finding. Ooh, I got this new Pokemon. I've got to build this one up. He's got cooler abilities, and then you battle them. It's a great formula.
Type matters. I think there's 16 different types.
It's a great formula.
No, I get it. I think it's it's almost like a chess game. Water counters such and such. This counters such and such.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I just never. I think it's more powerful to people that went through it because
Sure.
of the nostalgia factor.
Sure.
Just like Star Wars is to me. I could care less if whatever Star Wars comes out with sucks. I'm getting it and I like it, and it's just because I grew up as a kid with that kind of. I grew up with that, so it's like, ooh, I like it.
Ooh.
Whereas I didn't I don't have
Last
the
night
stuff.
on our way home, I got a Geodude.
Yeah. So there's 15 different types. of Pokemon
I've
that
always wanted a Geodude on my way home.
Geodude was like two houses down from where we live. And I was like, Jordan, stop. And then I caught him.
Do you spin the Pokeball?
Oh, yeah,
like
I'm
Jordan was
getting, I'm
showing
getting
you?
pretty good. Jordan's way better than me, though. Curving that Pokeball. Anyways, welcome everybody to the show. We're taking a while to get started here. We've got some announcements. Go over to forums, check out the calendar. We have a community event Tuesday, July 12th at 7 p.m. Central, which I believe
what is
I
it?
believe is 9 p.m. Eastern. It is Jackbox Party, particularly the game Quiplash, where up to 10,000 people can participate live. Troubadour XP will actually be hosting the game. Head over to forums. For those of you that don't know Troubadour, a.k.a. Trobe Nation, he's a big member of the community. Cool dude. A Texas native, if you will.
Yeah, he lives right where I used to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Texas. Yeah.
Anyways, way cool guy.
Or he used to.
Go
I
check
think
out
he
the
moved.
calendar. All the information's on the calendar. Check out the forum feed, is that the right? Thread. Forum thread.
Yeah, very good.
Titled Jackbox Party Time. I cannot speak today. Tournaments. Guess what, everybody? The NHL tournament. It's over. It's official. The winner,
Whoa.
Wanted 245. Yeah. Woo! Congratulations, Wanted 245. And thank you so much, everybody, for participating. We will have more tournaments scheduled towards the end of summer, beginning of fall. I think we take the summer off of some tournaments, but we've got to schedule some community events. Those will be coming up. If you ever want to know what's happening in the community, head over to the forums and check it out.
Yeah,
There's tons of good times.
looking for a group. There's just general chat. There's even video game chat.
Yes, there is. All three of those, they abide there, like the dude that abides.
The dude?
The dude abides.
The dude abides?
Yeah,
What's am I?
that's from a movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Am I like calling myself out for not knowing this pop culture?
you
reference?
should. It's like really huge pop. It's really huge pop culture.
And now I feel bad. Okay, I gotta. You want to
Okay,
just
you
tell
think?
me?
No, you think about it. See if we
The
get it by the
dude
end of the
abides?
show. The dude abides.
Chat, help me, please.
It's like on T-shirts everywhere.
the dude abides.
The dude abides. And there's a
All right.
giant picture of a hairy man on the
What?
shirt.
What?
Yeah. Anyways, I'm sure chat will definitely help you out.
Okay.
And you'll be like,
yeah.
oh yeah,
that's
or maybe
me,
you've
yeah.
not seen it, so you
That-
won't. be
that's
like that.
probably. It's probably a good.
Guess what, everybody? It is time to do our Patreon drawing.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
time.
It is time. It is a new month, which means we do the Patreon drawing for last month.
this month.
This month.
Yeah,
It's
that's how
always
it's
a
working
month-
right now.
it's always a month behind.
We're
Yeah.
Yes.
We do it at the beginning of the month for the previous month. The games that you will get to choose from is Mirror's Edge, Battlefield 1, or Doom. I think last week we all said we'd pick Battlefield 1. For those of you that don't know what this drawing is, it's for our Patreon subscribers. Basically, we have 4 different levels. Depending on how much you donate, depends how many raffles you get thrown in the jar. So there's $3, $5, $10 and above, or $20 and above. And it's just if you feel the show is worth that much. And then there's also a $1 thing. They're not in the entry,
but we get them free hugs.
but we give them free hugs when we see them, which hopefully will be
No,
soon.
this is Patreon is a really great way to help support the show, and we feel like we want to give back to those people that are helping us, and this is a good way. We do a drawing every month. We actually call it like a drop, like in World of Warcraft or
Yes.
any game that requires RNG.
Yeah.
You're gonna get the exotic items.
So this is the drop, baby. The drop. And the winner of this month's Patreon drawing is Shebrew.
Nice.
It landed on Shebrew. Congratulations,
How?
Shebrew.
How did it land on
We
Shebrew?
purposefully blacklist you so that you can't win.
How did you infiltrate our system here?
Anyways, congratulations to the winner. Thank you so much for all of our Patreon users for supporting us this last month. It is fantastic. Shebrew, instant message us. Let us know what game you would like between Mirror's Edge, Battlefield 1, and Doom. And thank you for supporting us, everybody. Next month's games, this month's games for our Patreon drawing will be, in no particular order, your choice of Forza Horizon 3,
Ooh,
the big boy.
That's a good one.
Madden 17.
You like that one?
Oh, yeah.
That would be a your choice
that would
one.
be a me.
Yeah.
And NBA 2K17.
Okay.
Jordan choked on his water.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So 3 huge games, 3 summer blockbusters, all coming out towards the end of summer. If you would like a chance at that drawing, head over to our Patreon page and consider supporting us.
Castle will call in chat. Anyone but Shebrew. That's funny. That's funny.
Anyways, let us know. Check. I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't ever.
Whatever. Let us know what I'm saying.
You were giving me like pop culture references that I have never. A hairy guy that says dude.
Go over, subscribe to us on Patreon, and you can be in the drawing for next month. And thank you, everybody that has supported us.
You support us, too. Yeah, so
thanks
you.
for supporting us. We're trying to take over the world with positive gaming. That should be our motto. Taking over the world, one positive gamer at a time.
Oh, I like it.
Yes.
We are a force to be reckoned with, and we're a force for good.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that, let's get this show on the road. Jordan, what happened in the world that is Xbox One this week? Was it a slow news week? Because it felt like a slow news week.
Yeah, it was. I think even Major Nelson said it was a slow
It's
news
that
week.
slow.
Oh, when the major says
Yeah.
it.
It's that slow summer burn.
So it's just all the sales, couple announcements here and there, couple releases. But Rockin' Racing Bundle, now available for Xbox One. This comes with Rockin' Racing, Grand Prix Rockin' Racing, and
Oh, okay.
Off-Road DX.
I can get behind that.
This one's right on the Xbox One. We also got Dex, now available for the Xbox One. This one looks really interesting. Caught my eye. It's a side-scroller, kind of a sci-fi side-scroller, if you will. But really, really, really cool looking.
Yeah, it does look
Neat
cool.
looking, if you will.
Dude, there's a lot of
Neat.
games
So-
with because look, this is AI striving to reach the singularity,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we're playing Ashes of the Singularity.
AI,
Like
yeah.
singularity is a really cool concept, and making a game around singularity blows
Wait.
my mind.
Explain singularity.
So singularity is AI surpassing human. To break
Skynet.
it down, it's Skynet. It's
Okay.
The singularity. You reach a point
Skynet
where
was a singularity.
Okay.
they no longer need humans.
So okay.
So Skynet.
So Skynet.
So
Okay.
that's why
Terminator.
that's why that title of the game,
iRobot.
Ashes of the Singularity. See
Matrix.
what it's about.
Ashes of the singularity.
See?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what this Dex game is about. It's about
Yeah,
the
it's-
AI
it's-
striving to reach singularity.
Yeah, and it actually looks really cool. I suggest everybody check this one out. It's $20, side scroller, very interesting looking.
Yeah. In fact, in the description of this game, AI striving to reach the singularity, a theoretical event horizon in which artificial intelligence will surpass human intelligence.
That's
and
just
all bets
exactly-
about the future will be off.
That's what you just told me.
That's what I just said. There you go. The
Singularity.
definition
You were
is
right.
in the game.
You were right.
Hashtag smart.
Anyway, now available for the Xbox One, so be sure to check that one out. We also got one. Now this one, I know it's been coming out for a while, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that looks cool. But I actually saw people playing it. And it
Carmageddon?
makes- and it makes me want to get it.
Okay.
Carmageddon Max Damage.
What was the
Now
game?
out for Xbox One. This is a $40 game, so I know
Okay.
that seems kind of
Okay.
steep, but
Is it worth the $40?
it
That's
does
the
look
question.
like a lot of fun. There's
Okay.
a multiplayer mode. Well, the reason it looks like a lot of fun, the point is to destroy the other cars, and you can do that in multiplayer.
That is a winning formula.
And the reason I really got into it is I saw some of these cars, and I thought I want to drive behind the wheel of that car and blow someone up.
Real talk. Have you ever been to a demolition derby?
Yes,
I never
actually.
have personally. Is it
It's
awesome?
one of the greatest things that mankind have ever produced.
Man,
And
I
this
gotta
is
go.
that
And
to
it's-
the max.
And it's like, there's a reason why us men love action movies with no plot.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just
Like
it's
Expendables
just straight
3.
up. They go out, they're like on opposite sides, and they drive backwards towards each other as fast as they possibly can to try to like beat the crap out of the cars. And the last one moving wins.
Yeah.
My friend put his car in.
Oh really?
He had an old Plymouth Fury made of like solid titanium.
So
steel.
when he
They
puts his
use
car
the
in,
old
was he a
cars.
driver?
No, he gave it to another person. I think.
A
Can you
professional.
just join and drive?
I think he can.
Because that would be fun.
We got to find like a $500 dump and just go at it.
Let's host our own X1Bros demolition derby
We
It's
can
one
in
of-
Carmageddon.
on bicycles.
On bicycles.
Bicycles. All right. No, like seriously, they're the funniest things you've ever seen. It doesn't take much to amuse men.
Irish
Seriously.
Fire's got a good idea too. He's waiting for Boatmageddon.
Boatmageddon. That's pretty good.
That would be
No,
awesome.
this game. I mean, look, this is like a Corvette with a spiked mohawk across it. I mean, like there's some crazy cool cars in this.
Organic Avengers comments. Oh man, my dad used to run a demolition derby. Oh, never. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, we probably can't read that.
That's
If
funny.
you
though.
wanna see
He
really
read
funny.
his diary.
This is why you should join us live, because there are things that happen in chat that we cannot and will not read on the show.
So, Organic Avenger, I think, is one of the guys in chat that their whole purpose is to derail us.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's like
Well done, good sir.
you
well done.
succeeded this week. Props to you, my friend.
Anyway, it's a cool looking game. Be sure to check it out. It's like, it's quite a game. All right, moving on. We got.
It's the end where it just says, "I read his diary."
I read his diary. That's oh my gosh.
As you all know, we have the ultimate game sale going on. Tons of games are going on sale. I mean, everybody probably already knows about this. Tons and tons of games on sale this week. This is going through the 11th, which is Monday.
Yeah, so this is the summer Xbox Live sale.
Yeah.
Before we go through what is all there, McSpicy, what did you pick up on the summer sale?
I got Mega Man Legends. I think that's what it's
Yeah,
called.
that's a good one. That's only like $9, I think,
Yeah,
something
it was
like that.
$8.
$8, yeah.
$8. I got Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Okay. What was that? 15?
20.
20.
30.
Okay. 30.
20.
20.
Something like that.
15.
It was
And
high.
I got the latest Tomb Raider.
Oh, very nice.
What was
Yeah, all the Tomb Raiders
it
were
was
on
like
the
the
summer
origin
sale.
story one, right?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Well, no, there's Tomb Raider Definitive Edition,
What's not? That's
and
not.
then there's Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Rise of the
which
Tomb Raider- well-
continues right where the old
Oh,
one
okay.
left
Because
off.
I heard Rise of the Tomb Raider, and
Sure.
it felt well, but that
Yeah.
the definitive edition is basically her.
Well, it's kind of her like becoming.
It's like
who
the
she is, and then
beginning.
this
Yeah.
is her-
Okay. So
the
that's
next
her
one is
origin
her,
story.
like,
Anyways,
going
anyways,
out and
I
getting-
heard really good things, and that one was on Supercell. So
Yeah.
nabbed it.
Jordan, how about you?
I almost got a couple others. I did not get Doom, and I can explain why.
Why?
If you want me
Yeah,
to,
I would like you to explain why.
because it's another shooter, and I don't need another shooter in my life.
Yeah.
No, I will disagree with you 100%. It's not another shooter.
It's the
It is
It's-
the other shooter.
It's its own shooter. In all honesty, like
Yeah.
it is. It's up for Game of the Year in my book.
really,
Yeah.
it's that good. for
It is.
you.
It is really that good.
There was a time in my life before Overwatch.
Sure.
Okay, where I thought I'd never really get into a shooter again.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was dedicated Call of Duty for many years. I was a big Halo player
Yeah.
before that. And Call of Duty just burned me out, and I could only play shooters for, like 30 minutes, and I was done.
The reason this has such high scores is because it takes that collective feeling of us all, the first person shooter oversaturation feeling and
Yeah.
worn out feeling, and it's like bringing us back to the glory days.
The glory days
It
of 90s
feels
shooters.
like a brand new shooter. It's unapologetically Doom. It has everything that you like, from searching through collectibles, finding
Yeah.
hidden spots. The pacing of it, each level, especially once you get past level 6 or 7, it just increases every single time. It's so good. One of the game of the years for me. I would highly recommend you get that game. Oh, you know what? It's at Redbox. Go Redbox it.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's at Redbox. Just Redbox it.
$4, but that's like a good 20% of the price right now.
Dude, that's true. Redbox it and just play it through. Because if you're not concerned about getting all the achievements and finding all the collectibles,
No, that's how I roll. I am
see,
concerned.
then you will want
Yeah,
to buy
when
it.
I play a game, I frickin' play the
you'll
game.
want to purchase it then.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's why I didn't. I should show you my Excel spreadsheet of all the games I was interested in.
Sure.
And their prices, and then their discounted prices, and I added them up, and I was well over hundreds of dollars.
Oh,
and
very
so I had to
nice.
pick and choose.
Yeah.
And those were the
You
three that I got
whittled
so
down.
far. Yeah, I whittled it down to those 3 for now
Yeah.
because I'm excited, and I'm a big platformer guy, so I was excited about
Jordan,
Mega Man.
Jordan, what did you pick up?
I got Assassin's Creed,
Syndicate?
and Syndicate, and the Handsome Collection.
Oh yeah,
Borderlands.
you
Oh.
have been on Borderlands all
Borderlands.
day,
And
last
I
couple
didn't,
days.
I didn't get that until Jordan basically
Persuaded
peer
you?
pressured me
Yeah.
into getting that.
So did
Yeah.
you get it?
I
then?
get
we
it.
should,
Oh,
we should,
baby.
we should play that tonight then. Actually.
There's our next Couchcast.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
That,
yeah.
that game, it's a lot of fun. So
Yeah, I'm excited.
it's a good.
I
It's
remember
a
'cause
good RPG shooter.
we already played this on the PC.
but we only played it like halfway through. I don't even think we were halfway through.
yeah,
So, but it's a good game.
it's a
Nice.
great game. I remember having a lot of fun. with it.
Myself, I've yet to pick up a game just because, you want to know why? Because I have cash that I got paid cash from a job I did.
From a money laundering.
From a money laundering business I have. No, but I have cash, and I never really have cash, and I'm using that to buy games.
Uh-huh.
And I just have to go to like GameStop or something and
No, go
get the
buy
Xbox
a.
Live.
You can do a couple things. Go to the grocery store, buy an Amazon card, or you can buy an Xbox card from GameStop.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I just haven't stopped by.
Get an Amazon card though. Seriously, you can get anything you've ever dreamed of
That's
from
true.
Amazon.
You really can. I just haven't stopped by the store yet, but I'm going to be getting Battleborn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That one
I
was
saw that on the
I'm
list.
really interested. It's
That's-
$30. I'm really interested. It's over. I mean, it's not Overwatch. They're completely different games.
Yeah.
But it's
They're
something.
the same in the respect that they're a shooter.
Yeah, I
That's
like
about
the
it.
idea of leveling up and sinking my teeth in, and
The reason I would get it is because I watched Total Biscuit play it, and he said he really likes it, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
not
Oh,
he's
yeah.
not veered me off yet. So
he has not yet led you astray.
and it looks fun.
You respect the guy.
I do.
That's what you're saying.
I do.
Anyways, there are a lot of other games on sale.
Yes, a ton of them. We're not going to go through them all because it's literally
Nate,
every Xbox One game.
The highlights.
Is
Just
on.
give us highlights there. Of the biggest discounts, do you think? Forza.
Forza is on sale. The entire set, every series is on sale.
Everything's on sale. It
everything's-
ranges from some of the lower, like the newest games. Well, not necessarily. Like Battleborn is what, like 40% off?
The only game that was not on sale, which makes sense that it's not on sale, but I was kind of hoping it would be, is Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Well,
that one's
because
not
it
on
ju-
sale.
it just came out.
Yeah, it just came out a couple weeks ago. So,
I
but all the other Lego games are
Yeah,
on sale.
Battleborn was what that came out a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Battleborn
Oh, yeah.
is 50%.
50%
Yeah,
off.
it's 50% off.
Yeah.
Can I say something that I'm a little bit disappointed in the sale?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Okay,
Jordan?
thanks.
Yeah, that works.
Hey,
Yeah,
thank
okay.
you.
Yeah, we both agree. You
Okay,
can go ahead and
good.
say that.
I am an EA Access owner, which I love EA Access. I think it's the way of the future. I would highly recommend everyone to get EA Access. $30 a year gives you access to the vault. Unravel is on sale. $10. I was going to pick that up.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
thing that I didn't,
I heard
because
this.
then it went to EA. It got announced that it's coming to EA Access.
After
That and Need for Speed.
a couple days of the sale,
Yeah.
right? Then you found out that it's going to be free soon.
Yeah, which I don't blame Microsoft for that. I do blame EA. Like, EA, got to let me know ahead of time. What if I would have bought this game? Then your vault becomes useless to me
Yeah.
that I pay for. Like, let me pay for the vault. Tell me before a big sale if you're going to have any games in that sale, which Unravel's a big game in that sale.
Yeah.
Let me know ahead of time. Also, I was going to get Evolve, which is only $15 right now.
Yeah, and then that
Cool
one-
game, really cool game. Then halfway through the week, 2K announces that Evolve is going free to play.
Yeah, that's a dick move.
And I don't like that either. And I don't think that's Microsoft's fault.
That's 2K.
That's the
'cause-
publishers on
yeah.
both instances. And I just think you should make these announcements beforehand, then
like-
have your
I
sale.
can see they're like on the phone. Yeah, Microsoft, go ahead and put it on sale.
$15.
Why don't you take that bite of that burger and we'll tell you.
Yeah, now I don't know. Is it going free to play to Xbox One? I'm pretty sure it's going everywhere.
Yeah, it's in the news, so that'll be our next news story.
Oh, sorry for
Oh,
ruining that
oh
for
we're
you.
doing the news right now. I
Yeah.
totally forgot.
Sorry for ruining that
Anyway,
for you.
there's a lot of sales going on, so be sure to check that
Yeah.
one out. So Evolve is going free to play now.
Wait, I
it
feel
is
like I
coming-
didn't get closure on my complaint there.
Oh, sorry.
No, you know what? Tell me about your parents.
Okay. No, just I just don't like that. That's all I had to say. Like I really appreciate the Microsoft sale, and I'm super happy, and I think those are great deals. But someone that's an EA Access member, and I was looking for Evolve, like I wish the developers
Yeah.
or publishers would have told something before. Because what if I would have bought it? The only reason I didn't buy those is because I haven't had time to stop by the store and change my cash. If I had it all in my debit card, boom, would have been bought in
See,
first
here-
of the week.
yeah.
I think 2K owns Battleborn too, so maybe you should wait a little.
The only the only people that this burns is consumers, which is very bad.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think that's a valid complaint. I think that's not good to do that.
Yeah.
Have a little bit more communication with.
Just communicate with me. That's all. Just pick up the phone and give me a call. Is that too much to ask?
the love. Just
Really?
do it.
Really? Other than that, I mean, and that's a minor complaint on. I mean, I think the sale is great, and I'm super happy for it, and I love those games, and I'm excited to play both of them when I get access to each of them.
Yeah. So Evolve is going free to play. It's called Evolve Stage 2. They're kind of re-releasing it with a bunch of new updates and kind of revisions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's currently free to play on the PC on Steam right now. and they're going to be using the PC as a beta test, and that's going on right now. But later, after the beta period and after they get everything worked out and what have you, the game will then become free for Xbox One and PS4. So,
okay.
it'll eventually. It's not now, but it's now on the PC, but eventually will come over to Xbox One. And stuff. So, pretty cool.
Pretty neat.
Also, fun little story.
Yeah.
Final
Fun little
Fantasy
ditty.
released their box art,
Oh.
and it does say Day 1 edition, so I don't know if it's going to change. I'm just assuming Day 1 edition comes with a little extra stuff, but it looks really cool. There's like these demon-y god things in the sky. Everybody's kind of doing a combat pose and looking good.
And there is
And,
a big old sword.
There's a big sword. There's a couple big swords and a
Yeah.
car.
And a really
So-
nice car.
But anyway, it looks really cool. Final Fantasy, one of my most anticipated for this year. Can't wait for that one to come
All
out.
right.
Very cool. Xbox Play Anywhere feature goes live in September.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
It's going to include Recore, Forza 3, Gears of War 4, and Halo Wars 2.
Oh,
Now,
Halo Wars.
also in the news, Microsoft Play Anywhere has announced that any future Microsoft published game will be a Play Anywhere title. And this makes me wonder, what about the next Halo? Obviously a Microsoft published game. Will it be Play Anywhere,
Oh, yeah.
but will it be cross-play? Because I guess Play Anywhere, now that I'm thinking about it, I guess cross-play doesn't mean Play Anywhere.
Yeah, not
No,
necessarily.
Play-
Play Anywhere just means you can play it on two
I think all of these
devices.
will have a cross-play aspect, but like McSpicy and I were talking last night, with like Overwatch, it
cannot-
will not be in ranked. Like it just won't be.
Go watch tournaments of PC players play Overwatch.
It will be friendly. Let me set up a personal match type of cross-play
Yeah.
if it's there.
You cannot combine a control. You can't have a controller versus a mouse.
Yeah.
There's no way that's fair at
On a
all.
PC where you can soup up the settings to basically anything you want.
Yeah, well, that mouse
One, especially
you
in
watch
a shooter.
I know, even on console, you get your professional players too. Like I watch a lot of Halo tournaments and stuff, and they're amazing to me, anyways.
Sure.
But I was watching
But
the
a mouse and a
Overwatch.
keyboard.
It was 2 weeks ago. It was the OG tournament. Josh OG was putting it on, I think, in
Okay.
San Francisco or whatever. And I was watching Soldier 76. Some guy plays Soldier 76. And I could not believe how good this guy was. You know his ability, his ultra ability?
No. Oh wait.
Where he can,
He-
he doesn't have to aim.
He doesn't have to
Oh,
aim.
okay.
It just
Oh, yeah,
shoot-
it just shoots
it just
anywhere.
Aims
Yeah.
It's the auto aim feature. It's like that's permanently on these guys.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
it's so. You got to watch it to just see how good like pro players play. I mean, you're bringing the CS:GO players, and those guys are some of the best first-person shooter competitive players you've ever seen in your life. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and I don't mean to downgrade how great and how good console first-person competitive players are, because they blow my mind how good they are. It's uncanny. It's just
Yeah.
crazy
Well,
what a mouse can do when it comes to this competitive play.
Especially in a game like a first-person shooter where there's a distinct advantage between a mouse and keyboard and a controller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so I wonder. So I guess just thinking about
Now, I
it.
wonder the cross play. It's going to be interesting.
Well, I
how
mean,
they-
play anywhere doesn't necessarily mean cross play. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It probably just
Yeah.
means so. I mean, they don't necessarily have to do it. But Recore is going to start that out September 13th. Another game I'm pretty excited for. Also have Forza 3 at September 27th, Gears of War 4 at October 11th, and then Halo Wars 2 at February 17th, 2017. So those will be the Play Anywhere titles. In related news. Interesting fact. Sony has suggested it has no plans to introduce any kind of program that would unify PlayStation and PC games. So, which makes sense because they don't necessarily.
Well,
I
they
mean-
but they do have some games that are already.
No,
Oh,
no.
they were the first, like with Rocket League,
Well, and crossplay and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And but I mean,
and then you
I
have
mean,
DC
that-
Universe Online.
that makes sense to me because Phil Spencer goes out his door and 2 doors down, and he's in the PC department. You know, like
yeah,
they have lunch together.
yeah.
They
That's where
awkwardly-
I'm telling.
I think the
awkwardly
PC department
meet.
goes to him. Let's be real.
they awkwardly meet at the water cooler or something.
He's
like
way
that.
too
Yeah.
important to go
Yeah.
meet with those guys.
So, but anyway,
kidding.
just cool. And I wasn't trying to knock Sony. That was just in the news,
Yeah.
It's because it was a popular question. But anyway, yeah. So be sure to check those out this September. And speaking of Overwatch, a new character might be coming out pretty soon. Rumor on the street is it's going to be a medic sniper.
Yeah.
A support sniper, if you will, would probably be the better word.
That's
support
they
thing.
actually remember that documentary that I can't remember who did it. That it was a 3-part series on YouTube.
Yeah.
They were interviewing Blizzard and the development of Overwatch.
Mhm.
They hinted at that character in this too.
Oh, cool. Yeah. They released a secret document on Twitter by accident,
of
those
secret
secret documents.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah.
Click send.
It shows basically schematics for a sniper and some other type of weapon, along with maybe some utility weapons as well. And it's Torbjorn. How do you pronounce his name?
Yeah.
Those silent J's, man. It's him talking to Mercy, and he's talking about the biotech, and saying it works, and then Mercy says her thing, and
Interesting.
basically it's kind of little foreshadow new character.
Drop in some
so.
hints. Okay, let me ask you both this, particularly McSpicy. We'll start with McSpicy. If you could add any type of character to Overwatch, it was your choice, what type of character would you add?
Type of character? Does that mean
Type
like
of character,
attack,
skill,
defense?
yeah. Like what would their ability be? What could you see
Okay. I mean,
as adding to the game, being useful?
There's a lot because I'm just thinking of like characters in Heroes of the Storm, things because they have a lot of. I mean, because Roadhog, he is Stitches from Heroes of the Storm. They just took that same concept from a character from there, and he's one of the favorites to play. He's not the strongest, but he's one of the favorites to play because of his unique mechanic where he can hook people towards you, and you can yank a healer from behind the or you can, it makes the gameplay really fun. That's a hard question because there's so many good, like Brightwing is a character on Heroes of the Storm that I find to be a really cool character. It's a support character.
Okay.
That does deal a little bit of damage, but you can teleport immediately to any character that needs to be healed.
That's cool.
So
that's really cool.
So you and I guess Mercy kind of has that in a way. She floats to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. There's and
Just to give you, Troubadour XP says if you add a weak character that is invisible and you can only see its shadow, so it's weak but invisible.
yeah, that would be hard. I mean, 'cause that would not get any professional play, I don't think, because at the pro level, and Blizzard makes games to the pro level.
Sure.
That they,
I think that's a really cool character.
I know, but I mean, like they're going to be able to
It would be
spot
like
it.
it would be like a rogue.
Like you look at StarCraft 2 players, they can spot cloak characters like it's not even cloaked. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Here's one that I would like. It's the Queen Zerg in Heroes of the Storm. She throws down, in Zerg where you can throw down the creep.
Creep.
Yeah, the creep where you can make it. You can throw down the creep, and after a couple seconds it disappears, but it makes everybody move faster.
Oh.
So you can, over time,
your
and you
team.
can still, if people have AoE damage, they can get rid of the spores, I guess. Does that make
Sure,
sense?
yeah.
I really like that concept too. And you can continuously have vision wherever that is.
Pokeworld, Pokemon World? I don't know how to say it. Sorry, Pokey. I'm just going to call you Pokey. Pokey says, what about another melee hero attacker different from Genji?
Well, Genji really isn't a melee attacker.
Pokey Emerald.
Because Genji,
Thank you.
Genji, you should technically use Genji's melee attack for mobility. His sword
Sure.
dash. He is melee attack with his ultimate. But I can see what he's saying. Another melee attacker, maybe like a Reinhardt, that he
But
has
more of an offensive attacker.
yeah.
Because Reinhardt's kind of a defensive.
Troubadour also wants to say that
Okay.
he's not a game designer.
No,
Okay.
what we could do. Okay, so I keep referring to Heroes of the Storm because that's what I know, and that's what had these characters have such unique abilities. Troubadour, we're gonna take a character, your invisible character, and we're gonna mix it with the melee character and make Zeratul from StarCraft.
Oh, okay.
And he's a very glass cannon character. He's melee, and he can go in and out. He's a gorilla, go in, go out, kind of like Winston, how he can jump in, but he's got to jump out or he's dead.
Yeah.
But make him very glass cannony, or he wouldn't be, he would be too overpowered.
Sure.
But have him burst damage and get out, melee damage and get out, and then turn invisible.
I like that.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Let's do that.
Very
Okay,
nice.
that's it. Zeratul.
Jordan, any ideas?
I don't know. Someone that can fly. like always fly.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
like Superman.
Yeah. They
Can
probably
you
would.
do- can
They
you
probably
do
wouldn't
that?
do that because it would break the game. But that'd be
I
cool
would
just to have
like
a
Clark Kent to use his ice breath and totally dictate and ruin the game, just like he does with every comic he's ever been in.
So yeah.
Anyways, that's
Fly.
exciting that a link is coming out with some new characters
yeah,
for Overwatch.
Yeah. So be sure to keep an eye out on that. We don't know who it is, but that's they're releasing a couple information. Resident Evil 4 is being re-released on the Xbox One, and it's going to come August 30th.
Oh, very nice.
So this whole year they did Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil 5, and Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
So Resident Evil 6 and 5 are already out, and then this is number 4.
And where does
gonna be
this
out.
fall in your rank
This
of the Resident
is
Evil
supposed to be.
canon?
A lot of people say that this is the greatest Resident Evil game
Oh.
there is.
So have you played this one?
Yeah, I have actually, because this is Leon Kennedy.
The
number
last
4.
Resident Evil I
It was
played
back
was
on the
Raccoon
game.
City.
Back on the game. This
That
one.
was
This one released
Those
back.
are like 3.5, I think. or
3. Yeah.
Yeah, this one released back on the GameCube and PlayStation 2, and
Okay.
it dominated. So
Okay.
IGN gave it a great score. saying
Interesting.
it's one
Well,
of the
that's
best
exciting.
Resident Evil. Yeah, it's really cool. Leon Kennedy, he's a fan favorite.
Of
He's in this
you
one.
too, yeah.
Yeah, I like him. I like Chris Redfield.
I got to mention. So me and Jordan have been playing Resident Evil 5 this week. You'll be able to. We've put those on YouTube. Should be putting them on YouTube to release soon. But Jordan, when we first got it, you made an interesting comment about the Resident Evil games because you mentioned that you were, in Jordan's words, I know I kind of complain about when they re-release games for the new consoles. There's that whole political kind of. Should they do that? Should they not do that? But I'm just so glad to play these games again on a new console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Resident Evil 5 was $20.
Yeah, and this is expected to be $20 as well.
Yeah.
I think that's a good
It's
price point. Yeah.
Great. I mean, I have never played Resident Evil 5, and to be honest, I would never have played Resident Evil 5 if it didn't come out on the Xbox One, and I'm playing with Jordan, and I'm having a blast.
Well, I
playing
think
it.
it's a good way to, from a marketing standpoint, if it's done correctly, to build up hype for
For
the
7,
next
yeah.
iteration. I'll give you a prime example. Red Dead Redemption. Launched.
Yes.
Sales are through the roof
Yes.
for a 5-year-old, 6-year-old game.
Let's
Yeah.
look it up. I think it's 6
pretty
or 7.
old.
It's an old
Everybody's
Speaking of it, I have
everybody's
the-
playing it and loving it, and I
you
make
just
this
look at-
guarantee. This is part 1 of the Red Dead Redemption 2 announcement. We are going to see that before the end of summer,
I hope so. I was hoping we'd
I
see
hope
it today.
so.
guaranteed.
I've had this on the shelf this whole
Hey, I
time.
guarantee it.
waiting. I had this. I put the CD.
So is
in
that the original?
Oh, okay,
is that
so
your
it's
original one that
only-
you
This
bought?
is the one I played on.
It,
Wow.
I, I,
This is the
impressive.
only. This is the only Xbox 360 game I kept.
I should have kept mine. What was I thinking?
And it's check it out too. It's so it's like
It came with
it's
a map.
It's a special edition. We
Like
got
the
the
old-
maps on the inside. And let me pull it out. Yeah, the map is awesome.
so the game it came out May 18th, 2010. So it's 6 years old.
6 years
So,
old.
Yeah.
I had this posted in my work office. Like how when you were a kid you had your Jonathan Taylor Thomas poster. Just kidding. I never had that. But you know what I mean. You had
Yeah,
your posters
sure.
on the wall. I had this on my wall at work.
Oh, the girl on the other side.
No, not the girl.
The map?
The map, because I wanted to learn where everything was.
Oh yeah, I have that map memorized basically.
Bonnie McFarlane's on the other side.
Bonnie
is
she's
awesome.
smoking.
Do you know what I didn't realize? I didn't realize she was in the first
Yeah,
cutscene.
she's on the train.
Anyways, pretty sweet. This is.
Oh, I'm so excited to go back and play that.
When everybody's talking.
Anyways,
about it,
I think these re-releases, if you do it right, are really good to ramp up excitement.
Well, and this yeah, so yeah, pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, it's expected to be $20. It is going to have obviously the full campaign and everything that came with the game.
This is back to
But-
Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, back to Resident Evil 4. But what's going to be cool is they added a new Game Plus option, which is just a harder mode, a Mercenaries mode, which is in Resident Evil 5, and then the Ada Wong side story. So
Cool.
pretty good deal for $20.
Yeah,
not
not
too
too-
bad. And
not too shabby.
and it's an excellent game, so it's right up there. So be sure to check it out.
Our next news story, we actually have a correction to make that was brought up to us by a listener that we made last week of something that has changed.
Yes. So last week we were talking about games with gold and is it worth it or not? And we said that when you unsubscribe from Xbox Live, you keep those games with gold. They changed that.
Yeah.
You actually
so
do not.
On the 360 you do.
Yeah.
But now on the Xbox One, You lose your games
Now,
with
I don't-
gold if you're not subscribed.
Yeah,
Do
and
you
this
lose
isn't
them permanently?
just until you
Until you resubscribe.
And then they're back
So
in
like
your
saves it in
library.
the cloud.
So it's just like Sony.
I-
Now, just to keep everybody, we're not completely wrong because this was not always the it used to be. That's why we were saying.
I don't know when it- I'm wondering when it
because
changed.
And if you even Google search it and you look at all the forums from 2 years ago, everybody's saying no, you keep them because you did
Yeah.
at one point, but I don't know what happened
Well, I bet you. I mean, technically, you still have them. You just need Xbox Live to download it.
to access them. Yeah,
Or
Well,
gold,
and it's just like
right?
Sony now.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
the PSN to access
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't download it for a month, you do have to
That's-
download it between that.
No, that's
time
good.
frame, so.
That's good to know.
So just so everybody knows, correction on our part. It used to be you'd have them all the time, but then they've changed it to now
Yeah.
you need to have the Xbox Live membership. So
Yeah. What if the poster I pulled out look at Organics? If it was a 7-year-old Maxim poster of Jessica Alba, that was just hidden in there. That's funny. That's funny. Organic, you're a crazy nut, man.
interesting Halo 5 news. Halo 5 has the series' highest number of active players since Halo 3.
Boom.
And Halo 3 was the multiplayer monster.
Yeah, that was the one that brought. I mean, it made Xbox Live.
Well,
Basically, right?
I think Halo 2 made Xbox.
Well,
Live.
Halo 2, they took a lot of Xbox. They took a lot of features from Halo 2 and put them into the new Xbox Live on 360.
Yeah.
So and then Halo 3 came
And then
out.
Halo
and it was
3 had that ranking system that made you want to
Yeah.
just not go to work.
Yeah.
And just play. That was
So,
one of the greatest ranking systems of all time, I think.
Yeah, so it basically it comes out and says Halo 5 has had the highest monthly activity of players for a Halo title since Halo 3, and I think it's because of the consistent updates, free updates, not dividing the community, and the fact that it's just a fun, solid game.
Yeah.
The campaign's fun. The multiplayer is great. If you want to go into the Warzone mode or if you want to take it, just to see who's better in the arena one-on-one, you can't get any fairer than that. I mean, that's
It's straight up.
your skill.
Not only
basically,
that, but for the past 3 months, each month it has grown in players, active players from the previous month.
Yeah.
So it's trending
it's
right
going
now.
out there.
It is trending.
It's a everybody's got it.
Yeah.
So that's also on Games with Gold right now, I believe. If you want to check that out, if you're one of the
Oh yeah,
people that
Halo
don't
5
have
I
it.
think was a 50% off
Yeah,
one. It was a deeply
big-
discounted one.
It was a big deal.
I'll check out.
and it
I'll
was
check
free
it out
last
right now.
week. So, but
Look at the exact pricing on that.
Terraria, all you Terraria players, avoid
40.
40.
Oh,
that's-
no. 60% for the game, but then there's 40% for the rec packs and stuff like that. And it fluctuates. But 60% off for the
Yeah,
actual
I remember I saw
game.
it was deeply discounted.
60% off on
Yeah.
the game. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Terraria.
Crazy. Yeah, Terraria. Don't play that game multiplayer for the next little while. I guess
Why?
Terraria sent out an update that completely broke the Xbox One's version of the online multiplayer.
How did it break it?
It's just not working.
Well, then
people
it's
can't
broken.
So I've yet to
connect.
play Terraria, but I know I would really get into it. I know it would capture me. I own it both on Steam and Xbox One, and I have not ever played it.
I really like it. I enjoy it.
Do you know what I discovered I own on Steam the other day?
Yeah.
Tropico 5. I own so many games I don't know that I have.
Well, we were talking about XCOM 2.
Yeah.
I did, and I had played 26 hours, and I didn't realize I played 20. Like I was like, I've never played that game on the podcast, and then I pull it up on my phone. Oh my gosh, I played that game a lot. I had no idea.
XCOM's a fun multiplayer
that's
game
funny.
too.
Yeah.
Anyway, they came out on Twitter and they said, quote, "We are sorry to confirm that there is a serious issue that exists on the Xbox One Terraria update that was published July 6, 2016. That was 505 in their tweet, and they are working on it. Single player and local multiplayer are not affected and can be safely used, but I don't know what happened, but they're really saying avoid.
So that's what they're saying.
Yeah, there's here, quote, avoid trying to use Xbox One versions of multiplayer for now, end quote. And then quote, single player and local multiplayer are not affected and can safely be used, end quote. So I don't know what that person or what happened with that update, but it's not
They
working.
called it a serious issue.
Yeah, it's so maybe it's bricking the box or something like it. Anyway, so just stay
Wow.
away. An ETA on the fix has not been provided yet. But they did say they are working on it, and they'll get it out as soon as possible, and they'll continue to inform you via social media channels. So yeah, don't play Xbox Live on Terraria for the next few days or until you hear anything.
Don't play Terraria on Xbox
Yeah,
Live.
don't play Terraria on Xbox Live.
I'm going to hop on
Just
Terraria
play
and
local.
open up my friends list.
Yeah. Cool little news. Xbox Live's Major Nelson is going to present a keynote at PAX Australia 2016.
Cool.
It's going to be hosted in Melbourne, running from November 4th to November 6th. So be sure to check that out. He's pretty good at.
I
he's
love
really
that guy.
entertaining. Yeah,
When
he's
he
a
was
fun
on
guy.
our show, we could not find a more gracious person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really nice.
Behind the scenes that you guys didn't see was just how nice and genuine
Super
this
nice.
guy is.
Yeah, so obviously for those of you that are new, we have a lot of new listeners. Go back and listen to our Major Nelson interview. We probably spent 15, 20 minutes before and after the show combined that is not in the interview, talking to him about stuff. He was asking us questions. Super gracious guy. I mean, I would love to listen to his keynote. And super smart. I mean, super smart guy.
Sharp, yeah.
Really cool guy.
I really like nice people.
I like nice
He's a
people
nice guy.
too.
And he didn't need to be nice, and he was very nice.
Not at all. He could have just said, thanks, see you later, or just drop the mic and walk away. But super cool guy. I mean, I just thoroughly impressed.
Yeah.
Nothing but good
Yeah.
things to say about him for
Yeah.
sure.
So, and he also does This Week on Xbox. If you guys don't watch that, you can watch that every Friday.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good as well. We also got Elder Scrolls. I'm choking on a grape.
Here, have an empty bottle of water.
Thanks.
Elder Scrolls Online Gold Edition announced it features all the DLC. I actually posted in a Reddit thread this week if I should come back to Elder Scrolls because they've made the changes to champion points away from veteran rankings, which got rid of that really grindy end game that I absolutely despise. I don't mind end game grind. That end game grind,
Well, it's
I
basically
hated.
like
Level up twice.
level
Yeah.
up 3 times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it was the VR 14, and to level up
Well,
one VR was like
the
a
one thing-
million points.
Let me tell you my beef with it.
Okay, just let us have it.
Anyways,
man.
wait. Let me finish my
Oh
story.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
So
then let us have it,
I
David.
posted a thread in the Elder Scrolls Reddit. Should I come back? And I got mixed. Some people said yes. Some people said if you didn't like it, you probably wouldn't like it coming back. I think I'm going to give it a shot.
You know who still plays it and streams it? Vero.
Oh yeah.
I've been hopping on her stream. She still loves it. So
Oh, okay.
I think
I think there's some members of our community. I logged in probably 2 months ago, and we had
That's
the
a long
guild.
time
The
ago.
guild was still there.
Oh really? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
There's an XoneBros guild on Elder Scrolls.
There is, yeah. And if you're really into Elder Scrolls, you want to get it going, let us know. We can make you an officer. Anyways, I enjoyed that game for what I was in it. I was disappointed that it didn't keep me in it at the end after I reached level cap.
Yeah, I hear you.
And it's world versus world mode. I forget what it's called, but it's basically world versus world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very fun.
But it was super fun, really fun.
but
So maybe I'll go back
Well,
because
let me-
they've made enough changes.
yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Let me tell you something that I
Tell me.
had issue with.
Drop-
so first of all,
drop the truth, baby.
The VR rank. I mean, if you're gonna have a game, just make the level cap high. I mean, that's essentially what you were doing. Like, what was the level cap? 50, but it was really like 250 by the
Yeah.
time you got. I mean, just make it that high to begin with. But anyway, that's a different issue. But what I didn't like about the VR ranking and stuff is you went through. So I started with the Ebonheart Pact, and then you go through the Aldemary Dominion, and then what's the third faction? For some reason, I keep
Ebonheart,
thinking of
Aldemary.
Ravenclaw, but that's Harry Potter.
I don't remember. I don't
the
remember.
Ravenclaw
Yeah.
division.
No,
right
there's
there
all-
with Hufflepuff.
Aldemary Dominion, Ebonheart Pact, and there's another. Oh, jeez, that's. I'll
And
look
then
it up
Tom
later.
Riddle shows
Yeah.
up.
But anyway, the thing is, and World of Warcraft has done this in the thing that ways I don't like either. But faction pride, like you pick a faction and you're that faction. Like that faction
Yeah.
has its certain abilities. This game kind of like I feel like you jump into this game and you pick a faction. It really doesn't matter because you're gonna play through the other factions anyway.
True.
Okay.
The one thing I really liked about vanilla World of Warcraft is
Daggerfall Covenant.
Daggerfall Covenant, that was it. The one thing I really liked
Horde
about
Alliance,
vanilla,
right?
yeah, vanilla
Yeah.
World of Warcraft is there's a Horde in the Alliance, but on the Horde there was one class of shaman you could only be on the Horde, which makes sense because they're
Sure.
Earth Mother and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And then on the Alliance, there's only one class you can be the priest, right?
Sure.
So I really like that because it made you have to pick like, oh, all right, the Alliance has these guys.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then the Horde has these guys, that faction pride, right? And then in the later expansions,
Well,
they made
another
it so you
thing.
can do
Well,
it on both.
one of
but
sorry, go
but
ahead.
no, going with ESO, like I like that idea of I'm on this team and this is who I'm going to fight for. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
That was
They
my
didn't have-
main.
it
as
didn't- it
dumb
didn't
as
build
that may
that
sound,
loyalty for
yeah,
you.
like
Yeah.
I like that loyalty factor.
Um,
but-
One of the big changes is now you scale to each zone.
That's
So-
coming later.
And your
Later this
friends.
year,
Oh,
yeah.
so it's not,
Yeah,
yet.
not yet.
When that comes,
It's
that
called
will
110 right
that
now.
kind of ruined the longevity for me as well because, for instance, I would be way ahead, and Jordan would jump in. We couldn't do anything together,
Well,
really.
I joined.
McSpicy
I
jumped
joined
in,
10 levels behind you guys when I got
and
the game.
it was pointless.
And all I ever found was glitches in the game that pissed me off. There were invisible guys fighting me, and I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, so
Well,
but
disappointing.
so that will be rid of, which will be good to bring back. Also, I still think you need world events, dated world events, whether it be Christmas or that coincide with real life. You don't have to call them Christmas. I know Elder Scrolls. ZeniMax talked about it. They want to stay true to the Elder Scrolls lore.
What did Guild Wars call theirs? They
a
called it.
lot of people like Star Wars calls it Life Day.
Yeah, but just have stuff like that
World
where
of Warcraft calls it Christmas.
the world changes because of big events. I think that's the charm
Well, the
of
thing
an
is
MMO.
like-
because if without that, it's just one giant multiplayer or single player game.
The thing
with
is-
other people running around.
Is
I don't
you can
know what I just said.
you're the owner of that IP, right? Well, you're ZeniMax and Bethesda, who
Bethesda's publishing it.
who you're the owner of. But you seriously, you can just make something up.
Well, they have holidays.
you can just do this. You can say, because it takes place before the events of Skyrim and all that stuff. You can just say, Joe and Jill came in and they taught us the ways of Life Day, and some guy brings you presents.
Well,
right?
they already have
you know what I mean? Like,
holidays.
you can do.
Holidays in the lore that coincide with our real holidays.
Yeah,
so just
you
bring those
should,
in.
yeah.
But anyways, with
Anyway,
that being
yeah.
said, I really enjoyed that game, and I really want to get back into it. And I hope
I
that
do
the
too,
changes
actually.
they've made enough
Yeah.
keep me hooked at the end game because I really like the idea of the Emperor system in their world versus world.
I really want to jump in, and maybe this week. I don't know, but I really want to jump into the new Thieves Guild expansion that they have.
Oh,
It looks really
yeah.
fun. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on. Speaking of gold editions and stuff, we have Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Game of the Year edition spotted on a website, but it's pretty much confirmed Game of the Year edition's coming out, and we can usually guess what's in it. Probably all the free content, which has come out, and then the two major expansions that came
Sure.
out. So no release date on it yet, but expect a Witcher 3 Game of the Year edition. So,
Nice.
Awesome. Cool. All
Bunker.
right. Sorry, I blew in the mic.
Yeah.
Whoa.
The Bunker. Well, this is a good one to blow on the mic on because this one's it's a scary horror game. So
Psychological
I
horror.
probably won't be playing it because I don't do very well with those games. But this one is very interesting. It's real people,
Yeah, they got real actors.
so
in
it's
the game.
real actors, and it's
Wait,
Good.
how? What?
yeah, it's real actors. So basically,
It's like Command and Conquer, where they have those terrible cheesy cutscenes.
no. Well, they might have cheesy cutscenes, but you, as the player, will pick. You'll scroll over to the desk and you'll hit open the binder, and
Oh.
the real actor will walk over there and open the binder.
Oh,
and
that's
open it.
interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It's
It's like playing a Walking Dead Telltale
yeah,
game.
yeah, kinda, yeah. But it feels like there's gonna be a little bit more to. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. So, the trailer came out. It looks really cool. Just looks like a really scary game.
Dude,
actually,
it does.
there's 3 rules you have to follow. Don't leave. Don't do this, and don't do something else. I don't know. It's really creepy looking. So, but it looks interesting.
Cool. Beans.
So-
here's an example.
Am I watching an ER episode?
Yeah, that's the bunker.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
that's one of the
bunker?
trailers. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like Command and Conquer. It's
Yeah.
Just, you can control the Command and Conquer cheesy.
Yeah. So moving on, we got Xbox One Scorpio news. So Microsoft is so we all know what the Xbox One Scorpio is, or Project Scorpio, right? Microsoft's calling it the most powerful console ever made, and Microsoft is working with retailers to offer a trade-in program for the new, more powerful Scorpio. So basically, GameStop and other places do this, but they're working with more retailers to help do this. Basically, when it comes out, you'll take your Xbox One, you'll trade it in and get $200, and then you only have to pay 50 extra bucks to get the new console. Something like that.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
trade-in
yeah.
program. But don't get this confused. You don't have to, they talked about this too. They don't want to confuse anybody. It's not a new. It is a new console, but it's not a new generation
playing-
of console.
you're still
It's
playing the same games.
If you're just a casual gamer that plays maybe once or twice a week, don't worry about the trade-in. Just keep your box. The Scorpio is for that hardcore gamer who wants 4K gaming, always 60 frame. So all your Xbox games will still work no matter what. But that's just a program that they are working on, which is kind of cool. So save you some money maybe. Gears of War 4 releases in October, and we might get some more announcements, surprises, and teases.
Oh, that's exciting.
Here, I believe the creators, characters, and cast have a panel Thursday, July 21st, and they'll be talking about it.
Any idea what the news is?
No, just some maybe cool announcements,
Okay, well,
some teases, some surprises. This is going to be at the San Diego.
alrighty.
This is going to be at the San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, cool.
So
Isn't that the Comic-Con that started the Comic-Cons?
Yeah, so be sure to check that out for those announcements, surprises, and teases. This one is one of my favorites of the week. Battlefield 1, going back to World War I. 7 minutes of warplane gameplay.
Ooh, yeah, I haven't seen that
Very,
yet.
very cool. They're using the PC, so it's 1080p, 60 frames per second. The 60 frames is really awesome, but it's cool. There's different kinds of planes. One plane went into this different mode, and he dropped some bombs on a tank, like a carpet bomb run. Super cool looking. There was another just like a hardcore fighting plane. Then there was a plane that you and a friend can be in, and you're driving the plane or flying the plane, attacking forward, and your friend's covering you from the back with a minigun. And that was, I think, some of the coolest gameplay. That
is
plane
awesome.
there. So, but very cool.
Um,
IGN has it. You can go over and watch it on their website or just YouTube Battlefield 1
I
7
was
minute
talking
IGN.
to my barber the other day, Blake the barber.
Oh, shout out to Blake. He's my barber too. I love that guy.
He also listens to the show. He is excited for this game just for the plane gameplay. He loves. He's a big World War.
Well, and you know they're
I
going to have like an aerial domination mode.
World War I airplane buff, and is really excited for it. And that looked awesome.
Yeah, did you see it?
Huh?
It looks fantastic.
It looks really
You gotta
good.
watch it, Mark. It looks great.
No, so I've seen like Lyric, famous Twitch streamer. I was watching him yesterday and today a little bit. He has an alpha version of the game, and he's been
Okay.
playing it. Where that game stands out, as always, the sound is amazing.
Oh yeah,
The guns sound beautiful.
Yeah.
But the animations in the reloading,
Oh.
and just how you shoot, the crack,
the
and then-
details.
Oh,
those little
it-
details.
It is a beautiful game.
It is. It is beautiful.
That's alpha footage.
It is beautiful. It's a shame they hid that beauty around annoying celebrities during E3, but it is beautiful.
yeah.
That some were high, some celebrities were high,
Some
and
were
some
high.
you wished were high.
Some were high, some were annoying and kind of
some didn't wanna be
douchebaggery.
there and
Some
just-
clearly didn't want to be there.
And some didn't play video games.
There was a few that were actually pretty legit though.
Yeah.
Like the Red Spice guy and Major Nelson.
You mean the
Old
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 Spice,
Spice,
guy?
Red Spice. Yeah, Old
Yeah,
Spice guy.
But
yeah.
it is Red Spice too. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so be sure to check that out. Really, really cool gameplay. Codsworth, the friendly robot from Fallout 4, has been updated in the latest patch, and he can now. He has had 300 new names added. So you know how he
Yeah.
says your name. There's 300 new names that they're added. A couple being Jamie, Brad, Joanna,
Cena, Rihanna, Sherlock.
Did
Yeah.
they
Tons
add
of them.
Mark?
Mark wasn't in there.
I bet you Mark is in there.
It wasn't originally.
It might be 300.
Unless
will-
I spelled my name wrong.
I'm looking right
Did
now.
they add Mr. McSpicy? Did they add that?
Just
at
control
least?
F it, David. That might be a little easier.
Oh, this is a PD. This is an image, so I can't.
If you
control
press
it.
Alt 4, you'll get there faster.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, this is the new update, Fallout Patch 1.6. It is now live on the PC, and it'll be coming to the Xbox One next week. So it's not quite live for Xbox One users, but
I do not see Mark. I see Marcy.
That might be close.
That's close in the wrong way that I would like.
So not out now for the PC, not out for the Xbox One. Will be coming next week. So be sure to check that out if your name is on the new list, so you can enjoy Codsworth. It is pretty cool when he says your name.
I know. I would think Mark would be on there. That's a
You
pretty
think that's
popular
a common
name.
yeah.
Maybe you misspelled it.
I guess I did. Dang it. I wish I knew how to spell my name.
All right, so Microsoft is adding a wheelchair option for the Xbox avatars.
Yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Although, can I say, I feel like the avatars were much more involved in the 360. Like, I feel like they're a little more hidden on the Xbox One.
And I agree with you, but if you remember,
Sure.
also through going to this article, the avatars were actually not in the original Xbox One launch, so I don't think they had
They came
ideas
later.
to bring.
They
Yes,
came-
they came later, so maybe more.
They came out after the Wii came out because the Wii was all about avatars. Like that was
No. In the Xbox One, when the Xbox One launched, the avatars were not a part
we're
of
not
it.
even in
Yeah,
there?
we're not a part of it.
Well, even the original 360, the avatars
the
were
original-
very different.
Yeah, the original
was
original
just a picture.
360, they came out with the new update,
Yeah, and it came later.
and it came with the avatars. But the Xbox One didn't launch with avatars, so I
Oh,
think
okay.
they're slowly kind of
bringing them back.
bringing them back.
Yeah,
And,
because mine was cool. Got Cowboys USC shirt on, some sunglasses. I was slick.
the only,
I still
the
am.
only
It's
way
my
you,
profile picture.
yeah, the only way you can
Holding
really
my
see
cowboy hat.
someone's
Oh, mine is too.
the only way you can really see someone's avatar is if you go into their profile, which is really kind of how you did it. Well, I guess on the 360 when you went to your anyway. But so responding to a fan on Twitter, Phil Spencer wrote that basically they'll add a wheelchair option for avatars. Mike Yarbara tweeted out previews and just shows some pictures of avatars and wheelchairs. And the images also suggest a visual upgrade to the Microsoft avatars, Xbox avatars.
Nice.
They do look a little different. So, a super interesting story before we get to the last big story. There's been footage. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Games Radar. They have a YouTube channel. They do
Yeah.
some pretty interesting stuff sometimes. They had a trailer of an old game that was pitched to Activision. It was when Call of Duty was kind of at its height. They were trying to expand, and they said, "Hey, pitch us some ideas, this and that." A studio came back with an idea for called Call of Duty Roman Wars.
Wasn't it Visceral?
I
It's
don't
the guys that do Skylanders right now.
Yeah, it was them, but they came back with this idea.
Vicarious Visions.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You wanted this game, like a Call of Duty
Yeah.
in Rome.
They came. It's really interesting. So they had different footage. They basically you were gonna be basically the
You're a
special
Rom-
forces
A
of
Roman
Caesar.
guy. Yeah, it was going to have catapults. It was going to have bow and arrows.
It was gonna be
spears.
like the
You
regular
could ride
Call-
elephants.
Elephants would be like the tanks in the game. It was gonna have like in the Call of Duties where you switch between different characters. It was gonna have stuff like that.
I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, it would. It looked really cool. I mean, they had kind of some footage here and there of riding horses. They had ideas for third person and first person, just different ideas. Anyway, I guess it was well received by the pitch was well received. It was going really well, but then all of a sudden, what happened was Activision was afraid to attach the Call of Duty title to that to Roman Wars.
They didn't want to change the game.
Yeah.
They just wanted to keep it making
So
expansions every year.
So anyway, as you know, they are now making Skylanders. It was canceled, but it was replaced by a game we know, Infinite Warfare. That was its replacement. So Infinite Warfare could have been Roman Wars.
Yeah, and Infinite Warfare.
soldiers.
That's interesting.
So Infinite Warfare was the first Call of Duty to the next generation.
Speaking of that, I'm really excited for Honor, which is going to be kind of.
But can I say something? I mean,
No.
I like for example, the reason I like Battlefield 1 so much is because it's going. But yes, it's still a first person shooter, but it's going back in time to World War I, right?
And you can hack people with your
Yeah.
poop shovel.
I think going
Don't
to
forget that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I think going to Rome would be an excellent. I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's different. It'd get me excited for it. But
Well, I've always wanted to
well, Rise was good.
Yeah.
That's what was. So,
and
Rise
maybe
is so
maybe
good.
they saw Rise coming out as launch
Yeah.
title. and
I'm
they
going
said,
back
"Hey,
to
let's
Rise.
go
I'm going to go play Rise.
You know that scene in 300 where it's all like slow motion, fast motion? They're
Oh, yeah.
messing with time. I want that in my life.
Yeah.
I could do with some of that.
Yeah.
Their fighting mechanics were based off of games like 300 and they named another
Speaking-
game.
Going back to the poop shovel.
Yes, please.
They have tycoons
You
of
can
everything.
You can always return to the poop shovel when you're around me.
They have
okay?
tycoons of everything, like video game tycoon, zoo tycoon, movie maker tycoon.
They don't have a poop shovel tycoon?
No, they don't have a porta potty tycoon. That I think would be a cool
Honeybee.
game. Yeah,
Honeybee.
Well, I mean, you kind of had a little bit of that in SimCity. You had to
True.
You had to sanitize. And
if
everything.
SimCity didn't ruin
Still
their
existed.
game, if they still supported that game, which they
Yeah.
don't.
Now they have cities and is it called Cities and Landscapes? What's that game called?
Cities
Skyline.
and
Skyline.
Yeah, SimCity spent a little too much time on the Nissan Leaf. Forgot about the rest of their game. Anyway,
Yeah, Jordan was really angry that
Well, with reason, they sold us a broken game, and they paid all attention to all this.
no, yeah, that's
it
true.
drove me crazy. Stop giving us updates on how
Cosmetics.
on how green the Earth is and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Industrial is garbage in that game. They made it so green, and
Well,
it was
and I just don't understand We've harped on this before. So
green
not to
is
stay on it.
fine, but
I don't have a problem with green.
Well, but you
But
couldn't get
just-
jobs for people.
Yeah.
There was no jobs. You would build an industrial city, and no workers would go there, and so it'd be how does this work? It doesn't make sense.
yeah.
anyways.
They punish you for having coal.
Biggest story of the news week. Here we go.
Red Dead Redemption is now available as
Yes,
of
we talked
today.
about this at the beginning. Love it.
For Xbox One. It's not a re-release, not a remaster, none of that. It's just available for
Backwards
backward compatibility.
compatibility.
Also, go to xboxlive.com and check it out because most Red Dead DLCs are free right now.
Yeah.
When I started playing, I had golden guns.
Yeah,
and I
Golden
didn't know why.
Guns. I think a couple Legends of the West
awesome.
Legends of the West packs are available.
You
It's
get a
just-
war horse
yeah.
right off the bat. I think it's the best horse in the game.
Have you played Undead Nightmare yet?
No.
Okay.
That's the best.
The horses
You
you
get-
get in that one are awesome
'Cause you get the four horsemen of the
horses
apocalypse.
Oh,
Yeah, so you
really?
get war,
Oh.
pestilence.
Dude, you would love Undead Nightmare.
Yeah.
The side comments in that game are
yeah,
hilarious. man. It's so
they just let's make a game that would be fun.
yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah. So anyway, very very cool. So be sure to check out all that DLC that you got
Sure.
or can get.
Sure.
But yes, Red Dead Redemption is available now for Xbox One via backward compatibility.
All right.
That's all I got.
And,
That's all you got. What about sales on Red Dead Redemption?
There is a sale on Red Dead Redemption.
No, I
if
mean
you're-
the sales numbers. Wasn't that a news story?
Oh yeah, when Red Dead Redemption was announced, I think Amazon reported that its sales went up 6,000%.
And that's just Amazon. What's digital?
Yeah, it went
Well-
from
We bought it.
a
digitally.
thousandth, 1,000th in line, basically, of their most popular game, all the way up to 11.
And while I was streaming it last night, I streamed for a long time last night. I had so many people hop on the stream that were seeing me through the Xbox app, and they're like, I can't get my game to work. I've gone to... They bought it digitally and then went to GameStop to buy the CD, so they bought it twice to get it to work. Just so you know, all you got to do is do a power cycle on your box. Unplug the Xbox, pull the plug it back in, and then redo everything.
And
It'll
it will work fine.
Yeah. But so they were having issues, and people bought the game twice just so they could
That's
play
how
it.
much they loved it.
Yeah. Well, it's only right now on the sale. It's only $7.50.
If you're a gold member, it's 7. If you're a silver member, which I really
10.50.
only think there's maybe 2 people in the world that are not Xbox Live gold members.
there are people hopping in chat and saying, "Hey guys, do you have a 2-day gold card?"
Really?
Yeah, there are people out there that play their Xbox without
Hey,
gold.
well, hey, more power to you.
I know.
That's great. I'm not saying that. I'm just
Here you go, man. This one's
might as
to
well
you.
be a gold member.
All right,
but-
this segues right into our discussion segment.
It does now.
Yes. Clark Hollingsworth wrote in and wants to know Red Dead Redemption becoming backwards compatible. Do you think, with Red Dead Redemption coming backwards compatible, do you think more companies should greenlight more AAA 360 games for backwards compatibility? Yes or no, and why? I'll go first. I think absolutely. Well, okay, I'm not going to say absolutely. I will say it depends on what you're trying to do as a developer, a publisher, a video game developer making company.
You're being too smart about this. This just means more games for us.
It does mean more games for us, but from their standpoint, I think Red Dead Redemption, I'm telling you, I know
They're doing this for a reason.
they're doing it for a reason. I don't think Rockstar just willy-nilly says, let's do it. I think it is being timed for Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, look, it's now, I bet you by the end of the month, it will be the number 1 selling game this month.
Yeah. Can you make a character in the new Red Dead that's cooler than John Marsden?
You could,
How do you maybe that's why
you
it's
can
taking
make a
so long. How do you-
prequel. That's why the theory is that it's a prequel.
John Marston's grandpa. John Marston.
Well,
first.
'cause
I don't know.
Look,
Yeah,
Red
they
Dead-
show him in his farm.
Actually,
Well, think about it.
The
Red
theory
Dead
is-
Redemption is about him redeeming himself from his bad life. What if we play him becoming bad?
We'll call it Breaking Bad.
Call it Red Dead Dead.
well, actually,
What you call it?
the rumor is
Red Dead. Okay, I got this.
You sure?
While you're doing that, the rumor
Red
is
Dead Vindication.
Oh, that's good.
That's the same thing as
You
Redemption.
can't be vindicate. Yeah, no,
But it's the same thing. See, it's just
Red
it's just the same title.
Dead Sins.
It's got to be an R though, because the first game was Red Dead Revolver. The
Oh,
second
okay,
game was
okay,
Red Dead
okay.
Redemption.
Okay.
Red Dead Revival.
Red Dead Revival. I like
Oh,
it.
I like that.
I don't know, but the theory on the internet is that like Grand Theft Auto 5, Rockstar will have all their departments working on it, and like Grand Theft Auto 5, it'll have multiple main characters that you switch between.
That could be cool.
And that was a cool way to tell a story. 'Cause
That
you
was
technically
a
told,
fascinating
You
way.
technically told 3 separate stories while getting to know each character while telling one overarching story.
Yeah. My own Red Dead Rising. Oh.
Ooh.
I think, is that the rumored one? I think that might be the rumored one. But that is a good one.
What one?
Yeah, fun fact. Red Dead Redemption is actually the sequel to Red Dead Revolver. Not many people know that.
Poke Emerald in chat brings up, would a prequel for Red Dead Redemption work? Because in a prequel, he wouldn't be an experienced gunman.
No, he is.
But in a prequel, would he be?
Okay.
If we're playing him becoming bad.
mild spoiler here. I'm gonna give you a story that you find out within 20 minutes of the game.
Okay,
Go ahead and
That's a
skip
6-year-old
ahead.
game.
Yeah, it's a 6-year-old game. Okay, you find out very quickly that John Marston had a terrible life. His parents were both out of his life and dead by the time he was 8, and he joined up when he was very young. I think it was 8, with a gang, with a like that, and his mentor was the leader of the gang.
Yeah, but what? Okay, so what if we play him at 8? And
Well, I
who
mean-
you're switching between
And
is
then
the
what do
leader
you
of
do?
the
Blow
gang.
your whistle, and then Link gets older. Like at 8 years old, that's not a Red Dead game.
Dude,
Well, I
you know
know
what would be cool?
You play him
here's
at
a cool-
8, do a couple missions, he grows up, have that spacing.
Here's a cool concept for a game. You start out at 8,
And spoiler, go.
every real-time day, you only get one character. Every real-time day in real life is one real-time day in the day, and your character gets one day older.
Isn't there a game
And it's like a
coming out,
15-year-old
an MMO
game
coming out later?
that lasts for like 15 years.
Yeah, I think that's called RuneScape.
Okay, as I said it sounded stupid.
I'm just excited because Grand Theft Auto 5 came out
Yeah.
on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but it was made for the 360 and the PlayStation 3, and then they went back and updated it, right? But, I mean, because that game was made on an old engine, they're limited, right? Now that they can build a new engine for a new game, for new hardware, I'm excited to see where because it's really, Grand Theft Auto, I think, was a technical achievement, and that was on old hardware. So I'm just excited at what they can do.
Yeah,
with the new
Rockstar's
stuff,
just
you know
good.
what I mean?
They're
Like,
just fantastic.
I'm excited.
Remember what they did with facial recognition on
LA
LA
Noire,
Noire?
yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
whoa. That's
Thanks,
neat.
Clark, for sending that question in. If you want to send a question in every Friday on Facebook, well, first go like our Facebook page if you haven't yet. And if you haven't yet, why not? What is wrong with you? That's all I have to say about
Oh,
that.
and I was asked many times, is it worth to get Red Dead Redemption?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right now, $7.50. Are you kidding? Get that.
Absolutely.
This is Rockstar's magnum opus. This is their Citizen Kane.
Yes.
This is it. This is their baby.
Speaking of that, we have one more question.
Yeah.
Like I said, Facebook, if you want to send us questions every week. This one comes from Graham Tullock. Is Red Dead the best Rockstar game or Grand Theft Auto 5? Which one?
Yeah,
Mixed
just said
spicy,
it.
in your opinion?
In my opinion,
We said this last week, I think.
in my opinion, it's Red Dead, no question. Just because of the atmosphere, they did so many things right with that game. Grand Theft Auto 5 is still one of my favorite games. I think
Oh, Grand Theft Auto 5's up there.
it's really good. However, it is plagued with some problems that they just don't fix. And I mean, that game could have been one of the greatest multiplayer experiences in the history of any game ever made.
I could see that, yeah.
And I still feel that their system that they put in place, and they probably haven't fixed it because
We haven't played it in a while, but last time we did play was probably a
no,
month
yeah,
ago.
it's when
it
you have to
wasn't.
dial your phone.
Okay, let's just start single
I don't
player
know.
single
Just
player
give us lobbies. That's
Let's
all
do-
I want.
Well, let's
yeah?
just talk
And
single
they didn't do that.
single player campaign.
Yeah, Red Dead, no question.
Yeah.
You can. John Marsden is the Master Chief of Rockstar.
Well, I just think there's something
He is the Nathan Drake. He is one of the
guy.
Marcus Phoenix. He is one of the coolest characters ever made. They do not have that with the 3 characters in Grand Theft Auto 5.
I agree with you, and I'll go one step further. I think it's one of the coolest worlds ever made.
Yeah.
No other world previous to this or since this game has sucked me in like Red Dead Redemption has. That whole world, the different scenes, the different places, going down to Mexico, back up to Amarillo, over to the new town, up to Tall Trees. Look, I even remember it all. I mean, and
Yeah.
it's 6 years ago that I played this game. No other game. The closest that's gotten to it, I think it was Skyrim, probably for myself.
Yeah.
And it's not even close, even
Yeah.
on that. That game's world was super immersive.
I was streaming, and I gained viewers when I spent 10 minutes watching the sunrise.
I know.
You know? What does that tell you?
Yeah, so good. Anyways, I think it's the best game that Rockstar has made. Jordan?
Yeah, I think it's the best one they've made. It's definitely in my top 5 games.
Let's
like,
put it this
favorite
way.
Games, you know?
It's on my
It's-
top 5 too.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's a
It's
must
excellent.
experience. If you haven't experienced it, and if you maybe it's not your cup of tea for whatever reason, but it's still a must try. It is a must experience in my book. Thank you so much, Graham, for saying that question, and thank you everyone for sending in your questions. Like I said, every week you can do so. Every Friday, the post goes up first thing in the morning. You can leave your question, and we will answer it. For the ones that we don't answer, we've actually compiled a huge list, and there will be rapid fires where we answer all of the questions. We used to do those, then I moved. I'm in the process of moving.
Yeah, we haven't set that up in here yet.
So we will be back. Those will be back, and they'll be coming out every week.
That's enough, the both of you.
And time for the last segment of our show, where we talk about what we've been playing and what we've been up to. I'll go first.
Okay.
This week,
Uh-huh.
I did play some Primal. Now, my younger brother, my little brother, my
Jono.
baby brother,
Yeah. The little pup.
inspired me. He did Far Cry Primal. He switched, he deleted his character, and went to permadeath. And I think I'm going to do that.
What he didn't tell you is Jono died within 15 minutes.
He did.
of the first-
He did, because he treated hunting at night like he was in the normal player, and it's completely different. And this is why he convinced me. He was like, even though I died, it was so much fun because it was you had to be more realistic. Like it was like I couldn't just run through. Like your hilarious shot of you on the saber-toothed tiger. In permadeath, you would never do that, ever. Like you would run from
I'm
those
watching-
bears.
I'm going to
Bear.
shoot this guy, and this bear on fire comes out of nowhere, beats the crap out of this dude, and then runs off into the distance. And I turn around, and then I'm being attacked by another bear.
Yeah.
That place is brutal.
So I think I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do what he did and delete my other character because can you imagine 20 hours in, 30 hours in, and you die?
Fall off a cliff. You fall off a cliff.
Ready for this? Because I was like, well, can you reload your game on autosave? No. There's
There's nothing. Yeah.
nothing. Once it dies, it's gone. Whew. I like the man's cojones. Brass.
It's respectable.
That's good. Anyways, I played some Far Cry. I did beat Inside.
Yeah.
And I would like to discuss Inside with you guys. Mild spoiler alert. We're not going to give away the ending.
Have you
I'm
beat
going
it,
to talk
Mark?
about.
We're going to talk about how he felt about the end.
Yes,
You
I want
beat it too, then, Mark?
Yeah, I beat it,
Okay.
yeah.
I want
So
to
we all
talk
beat
about the ending in a general sense of where it took you and your overall feeling of this game. Since we've all beat it this week. My overall feeling, so it got a lot of hype. A lot of people, it's their game of the year. Phil Spencer tweeted out that it might be his game of the year. I do not feel that way, personally.
Because of the ending.
I'll be perfectly honest, and it's because of the ending. Up to the ending, I mean, this game, regardless, this is a very good game. One of the best platforming experiences that I've had in a long time. The way they do it, the mystery behind it, the atmosphere, the puzzles. They're not overly difficult puzzles, but they make you feel like a genius when you figure them out, right?
Okay,
That's it.
yeah,
It's like
fair
it's like an ego stroke
Yeah.
every level. The physics in it, the movement, even the way they do the ending. Did you go back and get all the
Not yet.
All the
No, but I
things.
saw
The
Jordan
secret-
did.
the secret
Yeah.
ending, yeah.
Gotta do
yeah?
that.
So you go back and get all of the secret things they have to find, and then it unlocks an alternative ending. Both the alternative ending and the ending I despise with a passion. And I will tell you why, because it's without nuance. That whole game is built around nuance. Like, oh, I think I know where the story's going. I think it's this. I think this is what this story is about. What they're saying in the story. It's very artistic, and then they throw it all out at the window in the last 20 minutes of that game, 15, 20 minutes of that game, and it ends. They take a left turn. That's all I could say. And I didn't like that because I didn't feel like that's what that game was. A lot of people will disagree with me, and I respect that. But that ruined. I mean, it's still at 8 or a 9 for me, but it's not a 10 that it could have been.
That's one of the reasons people didn't like Limbo.
Okay.
They had the ending was just blah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's what's funny is because you were so immersed with this world that you were disappointed. This ending made me laugh my head off. Like, I played this game with my wife, and she was pissed that it ended this way.
Oh, see?
But I was laughing. I was laughing the entire time.
So it didn't ruin it for you.
Well, I mean, it's like when somebody gets hurt, but they're okay.
Sure.
And you're just like, yeah, that sucks, but that's way funny. You know what I mean? It's
Sure.
like I was not expecting it to be that way, and so
And
it
I
made me
think
laugh.
that's how this game will be for people. I think it will either enhance the experience for you or you'll hate it. I mean, look, you and your wife sitting on the couch. She probably watched you play almost the whole game.
She watched. We
Yeah.
watched the whole.
Yeah.
We played the whole game together.
And she immediately hated it, as did I. But
I was
it
laughing.
made your day.
It was hilarious. I was like, "What is going on?"
how about you, Jordan?
I didn't really care for it. I mean, I'm I'm not an artist or a creative person.
And
I
that
don't know.
didn't
I
seem
don't
like
know.
art.
I don't know if you need to be super artistic. Like, yeah, I'm not understanding the deeper meaning, man. Like, I don't know if it's one of those. But
It's
it
like
was
a bunch
definitely-
of it's like a bunch of serious people got together and made this game all through development and just perfected every little thing.
Yeah.
And then
And then they're like, "We have
the
till Tuesday. Let's just put something together."
Well, and then they were like, "We're basically done. We just got the ending to wrap up," and they started snorting cocaine together and finished the game. Like, that's how I feel doing mushrooms.
Now, I prefer the
Took a lot of cough medicine.
psychedelic drugs. were taken there.
I prefer the alternate ending. I think that was a little bit better to the original ending. But either way, I think it's a
It didn't wrap it up for me.
yeah. I think it's a must buy.
It is a must buy.
I think it's a good game. I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. But I don't think it beats like Far Cry Primal for Game of the Year.
I also don't think, for instance, comparing it to other platformers, because of the ending, I don't think it beats Ori and the Blind Forest.
I know, like when you got to meet the princess in Mario, that was a big deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
That princess was not in another castle. You made it.
But I mean, a good game.
Platformers aren't known to
just-
have. Here's the deal: the platformers aren't necessarily known to have plot, like
Sure.
deep plot. I
Sure.
mean, you have now Unraveled, and you have all these. You have other games that are introducing that a lot more, like
Yeah.
this. There's a significant story going on while you play this game.
Well,
Oh,
that's what
absolutely.
makes it so good.
Yeah.
But then
Then
I
that
don't know what
happened,
I-
and
Well,
It's
and,
like
and,
if
and
you
I
would've
think what's
gra-
a shame is the climax to this game is right before the left turn. Like right before that left turn.
because you're like, whoa, what's going on?
Whoa, yeah, and then it happens, and you're like, WTF? You know what I mean? Like that.
Megan was like, "What is? I hate this." I was. You could ask her. I was laughing out loud the entire time.
That's funny. Anyways, still a must play. I
Yeah,
mean,
for
it's
$20,
it's like a
fine.
9 for me.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like Game of the Year. I don't know if it's Game of the Year for me. It might be Platform of the Year for sure. I don't know if it's Game of. For instance, this or Doom. I think Doom is better overall.
I'd say Primal's better too.
Yeah.
I would have put Inside over it, to be honest, if it had a different ending.
If it had a good ending.
The ending killed it for me. I'll be honest. Well, it didn't kill it for me. It took it from the elite
well,
of
it's
the
because
elite
you're on this
to
like
just the elite.
Chat just said we were the problem we have is we were sober when we did the end.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That would
Well,
mess with your head.
you're on such a like this a peak, like you keep on peaking throughout the game and then you just
Well, they take your emotions in one direction
And then just take a dump right on
and
it.
then just animatrix
direction,
it, you
yeah.
know?
yeah, that's true.
That's funny.
Animaniacs. It.
Well, Animatrix was still pretty
Yeah, Animatrix.
Yeah, there were some crazy
Okay, anyways. So,
segments in Animatrix.
anyways, in closing, buy this game, play this game. It's really short. It's a must experience.
And be
And
ready.
let us know what you think about the ending because it's going to be a divided thing. I think.
It's
And that's what I played this week. Oh, I did play this new PC game that if any of you are looking for strategy games out there, Ashes of the Singularity. I have presented my general prowess on the field of battle against Jordan, and I have pummeled him and his army multiple times into the ground. The times that he did win, I was basically asleep at the wheel.
It's 2-3 right now. David's won 3. I have won 2.
Yeah,
And he barely won the last one because if he didn't build a certain unit and it didn't come out when it came, like it was a perfect timing.
That's what makes me a great general.
It was perfect timing. Like
I'm
it
like
was-
Patton
That's why
out there.
he's number 3 and you're number 2.
Yeah. No, I know this isn't on the Xbox, but I just wanted to give it a shout. Ashes of the Singularity. If you like real-time strategy games, if you're looking for something like that, I highly recommend this game. It's by Stardust, one of my favorite strategy developers. They
They're
do grand strategy, so they do Crusader Kings, which is excellent. They do Sins of the Solar Empire, which is another. That one's almost like a turn-based strategy. But what I like about this is it's like It's like if you take StarCraft and
Reduce the APM.
Warhammer, and you combine those two because it's real-time strategy without the micromanagement. It's much more macro management. So you're concerned with the overall battle, not so much, and how you're expanding your territory basically to capture these points. Not so much concerned with clicks per minute.
Yeah.
So, anyways, love that game. Jordan, what about you? What did you play this week?
So I did play Inside.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back and I got all the achievements and the secret ending and stuff. And
Sure.
we already talked about that. But what else did I play? I played a little bit
Lots
of Far
of
Cry
stuff.
Primal.
You did?
And then I did jump back. I played Resident Evil 5 with Mark a few times, which was a lot of fun. And then throughout the week, I kept jumping back between Borderlands 2 and Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Just jumping back between those, just because I've really enjoyed both those games.
Yeah.
I got those on the sale.
Okay.
So, and then last night a little bit, and today I played Red Dead Redemption. Now,
How is it going back to it?
no, it's really cool. So I went back to it. I started playing the single player campaign. I don't think I'm going to go through the single player campaign again because I played the crap out of it the original time, like 100%. Did everything.
I'm going to go
played
through
a lot
it
of it
again. 'Cause I did the
I
same
mean,
thing.
I might just for fun. I mean, there's nothing. The single player campaign's amazing, right? But I
Yeah.
just,
You,
been there, done that
You're
kind
just
of
gonna
thing.
do
you
the
know what I mean?
Mexican standoff.
Yeah. So, and then I mean, I might jump into Undead Nightmare because that's just fun.
Yeah.
So, and they do have like, which we should do actually for the couch cast is the horde mode in Undead Nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
So that's pretty fun. But I jumped into multiplayer and I was having a blast. 6 years and it's still not working properly. So there's that. I don't.
They just don't.
They don't do-
Rockstar, come on. You have so much potential in your multiplayer arenas.
Like you can easily get the perfect. Like I could, without a
Hire-
doubt, say this is the perfect game if the multiplayer was just a smooth experience, right?
And it's Rockstar.
Well, it's the same with Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, they just don't. They try it. This is the what is plaguing multiplayer. Not the lobby system. You know, not pressing X to invite a friend.
Is Red Dead Redemption seamless?
So Red Dead Redemption has.
it is because of their free
You
roam
jump
mode.
into the free roam and
Yeah.
then you
And
invite your
that's your
friends to
lobby.
the free roam and then you go into the games from there. Which it worked fine in Red Dead Redemption.
I hate when I'm hearing multiplayer. I do not want to hear seamless.
Mm-hmm.
That means problems. Seamless means problems to me. Just give me a lobby, give me a button to press to
Sure.
invite friends,
I don't even
and then
need
let's play.
like I'm fine.
or do a quick match or a team deathmatch lobby that
Yeah.
we join and then it plays. Don't throw me into stuff that I'll get kicked out
So
of.
Red
well,
Dead-
I'm fine with.
So
like,
what's wrong with the
server-
Red Dead Redemption multiplayer
I'm
right now?
fine. It doesn't matchmake properly.
Oh,
it took
okay.
me 4 tries to get into a free roam, and then when I was in the free roam, I tried to go do a team deathmatch, and I was in there by myself for forever.
Well, maybe
but
though a lot of people aren't playing the multiplayer.
That's what I've been trying to tell myself for
But
2
I
years
am-
with Grand Theft Auto 5.
I am
for 3
fi-
years now.
I am fine, like saying like clicking the button and saying multiplayer, and then it takes me to a free roam lobby. I'm fine with free roam, right? Like that. I just want the ability to hit the blue button or any button just to easily invite a friend, right?
Sure,
Which you can do
sure.
through like the party on Xbox Live, but have it in the game. But anyway, So I just stuck around in free roam, and let me tell you this: I played free roam for a few hours, did not die once. I was the most wanted on the free roam.
Oh,
I was
baby.
wrecking everybody. People were posseing up
baby.
because I got in there.
Because you 100% of the game.
Yeah, I got in there,
knew.
and I remember the tips. Tip for Red Dead Redemption: it auto aims. Just tap your joystick up every time you auto aim. Just
Yeah,
that
it
it has
has
a
a good
auto aim
headshot.
tap,
Auto
shoot.
aim up, yeah.
Like and it'll become so fast to you, and you'll just get a headshot.
Unless
That's how
you're
I was killing
inverted southpaw.
Yeah,
It's auto
then-
aim left joystick down.
Yeah, but just a quick and not like a huge up, but just a little tap,
Yeah.
tap.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was playing that, and I jumped in this free roam, and there was about 6 of us, and no one was in a posse. And then I started killing everybody because we were all at the McFarland Ranch, and then they started posseing up, and I still started killing them. It was great. It was a good time.
Great times.
Good time. And then they all eventually got into a posse, and I was like, oh
man.
crap.
I
So that's when I
cannot-
ran to do a team deathmatch before they could kill me.
I cannot
But
wait
it was
to get into this game.
it was great. It was awesome.
McSpicy, how about you? What'd you play this week?
So beginning of the week, I was without internet.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, it hurt. It hurt bad. But then,
Just an outage.
no,
No,
I
no.
went. I went to.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
the
that's
4th
right,
of July. I went with family and went to a place that had no internet, and that's hard.
Family.
Where
Yeah.
is this? Where is this place?
Overrated.
The 5th century?
Right?
Almost.
No kidding. Do you know what sucks? I found out that 3 blocks away, I have full 4G LTE and everything. From where I go.
Well, they have
Well, the
they have
equivalent of 3
landline internet to install. Why don't we just
Because
install
I'm
it
only there like 3 times a year. I'm not paying for that all year. Or you're wondering if her family will?
Yeah.
Well, because they kind of, it's like a big family place that they go to.
Sit around and talk.
Yeah.
Family.
It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Anyways, what was I talking
What
about?
about
game?
Netflix? So no Netflix?
No Netflix. No Plex. Plex is big to me.
Oh, Plex is your bread and butter.
I love Plex. And I didn't have that.
Ouch.
But I brought my Plex library with me anyways.
Oh, okay,
On
okay.
a separate hard drive.
Okay,
So I digress. I started out the week playing Goat Simulator.
Oh, some Goat Simulator.
You know, just to loosen the
Loosen the fingers up.
grease up the hinges.
I got ya.
You know?
Yeah.
And that game's funny.
That game is hilarious, man.
I don't understand it still.
There is no point to that game. One time I was goats and I was jumping on the trampoline and I was trying to get the other goat that was on the trampoline to jump higher than me, and that's all I was doing the whole time.
and you
it
get
was hilarious.
You get points and achievements for
Yeah,
that.
for
Like,
doing the
my gosh.
weirdest stuff.
I blew up a gas station and it liked it. It was great. They called it Bayhem, like Michael Bayhem.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, then I played Inside.
Oh,
and
yes.
I beat
Beat
it.
that one?
And I laughed my head off because it was funny.
Okay.
You know. Then I really dove into Far Cry Primal.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I have every animal now.
Your saber-toothed tiger riding is on point.
Isn't that sweet with my bow on
Oh,
top?
man, so cool.
Looking around, shooting.
So cool.
If you guys want to laugh, you got to look at my clip on my activity feed of the Far Cry Primal clip. It's pretty funny with
Yeah.
the bear from hell
Yeah.
comes out of nowhere and destroys people. But I love that game. I think they did it well. It's a just well-deserved praise that it gets because it's a good game.
Sure.
We talked about that game last week a lot. So I'll skip the details, but I'm a lot further along. I'm 62%
Very
finished
nice.
with it.
Yes.
So I'm getting there. I played, of course, a lot of, well, not a moderate amount of Overwatch.
Okay.
Played some Hawken for the couch.
Oh, I forgot about Hawken. Yes, I enjoyed that. I mean, I only played one round, but I think that's a good game.
I think
It's a good free-to-play game too.
I think it's a niche game for your mech
Simulation.
simulation / first-person shooter because there's a lot of players that enjoy mech first-person shooters.
Oh yeah.
And there's always been, and I think this is the game that they haven't had for a while.
Oh yeah. No, I really like that game.
Yeah.
It's solid. It's well thought out. I think it's really good.
Yeah, it was fun. It's just I went through that stupid tutorial because we couldn't get a game. I think they were refreshing servers and stuff while we were playing, but good game. I also played Resident Evil 5
Oh yeah.
with Jordan,
Yeah.
and we shared moments.
Enjoying that still?
Yes, that is. We are what 60% done with that game now.
Probably like 50.
50. We're halfway.
55. Yeah.
So 60.
No, he's not giving you
Just,
60.
yeah, just a little before.
58.
Yeah,
Will you give me 58?
More like
60, yeah, 60.
58.7.
We're a little over
that
halfway,
game.
I guess.
I had when we were playing that. I streamed that game. When we were playing that, people came into chat. This is what bugs me about reviews. I'm gonna straight up. I don't watch reviews anymore because their job is to nitpick a game.
Sure.
And it drives me crazy. I don't watch reviews. I just want to go on Twitch, look at somebody playing, and if he's having fun, I might have fun too.
I agree with you on that with professional critics.
Okay, yes, you are right. You introduced me to ACG.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he is pretty good. I have watched a couple of his. I actually watched his that's why I got Syndicate, I believe, because I watched his
he
Syndicate
said it was.
review.
He said buy on a sale, and I said okay.
That is the first review I've actually sat through. I'll be honest, for 5 years.
Sure.
Was him. So I appreciate you
Sure.
sending him my way a little bit.
Yeah.
He's more or less what I like. About,
him. I also enjoy Total Biscuit's first impressions.
But
Yeah.
that's kind of what Twitch does.
That's basically what it is.
So-
Yeah.
Anyways, what bugs me is this game, Resident Evil 5, you have to, in order to shoot zombies, you cannot move.
Sure.
So you have to stop, and you have to aim, and you have to shoot.
Yeah.
And in order
And I think
to
that's a
reload-
cool game mechanic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
People were in chat going, I heard that a lot of people hated this game because you couldn't move when you shot. And I'm like, that's part of this game.
Yeah, that's what
It's
makes
strategy.
it's what makes the tension.
Yeah, and people. So the reviewer, I didn't see any reviews, but that's what they were saying. Why it was sucky, and it's not sucky. It's a very good game, especially if you have a guy like Jordan playing with you, who's
yeah.
awesome, and he's just a cool guy to play with. Anyways, that bugs me about reviewers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think people should just play games to have fun. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox.
Yeah.
I really like that game.
Sure.
I'm playing it.
It's only $20.
It's only $20. It'll be on YouTube as well. And I'm glad that it came to the Xbox because I have never played the Xbox One. I have never played this game, and I'm glad that I can experience it now. And I'm glad that I was able to buy it for $20.
Yeah.
I would never have had the chance to play this game if they didn't just port it to the Xbox One.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Back to your reviews real quick. I think
okay.
So I think a lot of people feel that way, especially about the professional critics. And I think you see it in movies too. Like I know nobody who listens to critics in movies anymore because they've so discredited themselves because I have to critique this.
Yeah, it's not your job. Like,
You know?
seriously, tell me if you're having fun.
But
I
I
don't know
think
if you're
that
having fun.
the correction to that in our day with our medium is YouTube and Twitch and new people like Angry Centaur Gaming. He created it because he hated that about reviewers. So he's
Okay.
like, I can do this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he did his. Elder Geek Gaming is another one. Just has fun. And they never say like, this game is absolutely horrible. No, they'll say, I didn't like it because of this, but you would like it if you like this. Like
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
what I want to hear. I want to hear why I should buy this game or what type of person would like this game. And then that's why I like any first impression video. I like those too. But no, I agree with you. The professional journalists
But
and their
felt-
critiques of
I feel
games.
so bad for people, and I don't know. It's not pity, but it's just I feel bad for people that listen to those reviews and choose not to experience a fun game.
I'll give you an example. Angry Joe went
Okay.
off on Halo 5. In the comments, so many people were like, thank you for saving me from buying this game. Halo 5 is a really good game. The best multiplayer Halo game. Clearly,
Yeah.
look at what it's doing. It's incredibly
So
popular.
they're going
He
out,
went
yeah.
off on Elder Scrolls. He went off on Destiny. All those games did really, really well. Professional critics everywhere went off on Destinies. Professional critics everywhere went off on Titanfall. Professional critics, they're in their own bubble. They all talk to each other. It's that mass media bubble. They live in the same areas. They go to the same events. They're not with us. They're not with the people, man. They're not down on
They're
the
not-
ground with
just
their
play
ear
it, and if it's
to
fun,
the
play it, it's
ground.
fun.
Yeah, that's it. Woo!
Yeah.
Anyways,
No, yeah.
Anything
so
else you play?
No, I just felt bad that those people were in chat were going. I heard that you couldn't shoot while you moved, so I never got this game.
yeah. Well, that's what makes that game fun.
That's
the
it. Just
mechanic.
adds another element of oh my gosh, this zombie's coming. Do I stand and shoot or do I run? I don't know. I really enjoyed that game. I played the last game I played, which we've talked a lot about, is Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
And I adore that. I'm glad that it's been 5 years since I've played it. 'cause
You're
it
going
is
through the campaign.
campaign. I'm just cherishing I'm absorbing that world. I mean, it's so fun. I'm riding along, and then there's this lady there.
Help me.
She's like, praise, faith and all this. I can move mountains and stuff. And you saw her on the train.
Yeah.
And she's an idiot. But you're doing that. And as I'm talking to her, a guy comes up and goes, hey, can you help me? My friend's getting hung on a tree.
Oh, yeah, I remember the part.
And I'm like, oh, lady, I'll be right back. You're crazy. And I go do stuff and I bring her medicine. And anyways, I'm trying to save people and just the world. It took me an hour and a half to go to a place on the map.
Wow.
And people really enjoyed it
Yeah.
in the chat. It's just a really good game.
The horse riding, it holds up. Still best horse riding in any
There
game.
has never been a horse that looked better than in this game.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like to hear that.
And people in chat were saying, this looks like the graphics were updated.
No.
No, the
No.
graphics were not updated. The download was still 7.2 gigs or whatever. It's the animations and the vibrant world. You don't need high renderings and all that stuff. You need good animations to make a game last.
Yeah.
Story,
that-
good characters.
And
Good
you're just
gameplay.
immersed. And the HUD is small.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That HUD is really good.
Just right there, and then you are immersed in this world.
Yeah,
Anyways.
agreed. Organic Avenger brought up a good point.
Yeah, Pokey was there. I remember McSpicy just tying up that poor girl and dragging her to town. I did. Because I thought she'd kill herself.
Oh, yeah. Organic Avenger brought up a good point in chat. He says he just feels that you need to find a reviewer that shares your taste and follow him.
Yeah.
That's not a bad point.
Yeah,
Not a bad point at all. With that, let's get out of here. McSpicy, what will you be up to this week, and where can people find you?
I'll be playing Red Dead,
Oh, yes.
Overwatch, of course. And you can find me on Twitter at Mr. McSpicy. Also, feel free to friend me on my gamer tag at Mr. McSpicy. Or no, it's just Mr. McSpicy. But also, I'm also on the forums on XoneBros.com. You can check me out there, and a lot of people in the community as well.
Yeah, head over to the forums. That's where we connect, everybody. That's where we connect. Jordan, how about you?
Probably Red Dead Redemption, Borderlands, Assassin's Creed,
Resident Evil 5.
Resident Evil 5.
Jordan does. He plays lots of games simultaneously.
And maybe
it blows my mind.
maybe Elder Scrolls Online. I think that would
that's
be
got in your
be a
bonnet
good
there.
time,
Huh?
yeah.
Myself, I'm definitely going to be in Red Dead Redemption. I make this prediction. I will beat Red Dead Redemption by next podcast. That's right.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. You held Jordan accountable.
You know
Hold
you're
me.
not going to get achievements. 'cause
You-
worked on
Yeah,
it,
I don't
so-
need those.
You have to
achievements.
buy us
I'll buy you dinner.
dinner
McDonald's, yeah.
if you don't do it.
McDonald's.
All right.
Yeah. You can find me at XoneBros everywhere. Did you say where you can
Oh,
find me?
Jordan the Man XW everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. Follow my Instagram, Snapchat. It's a grand old time. If you haven't gone over and checked out the live stream, come check out the live stream on Twitch. We do it every Thursday, Couchcast. We do it a couple times during the week when we have chances. It's just a fun time. We hang out, play games together. It's much more one-on-one. We discuss things with you guys directly. So check it out, x1bros.com or twitch.tv/x1bros. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. A big thank you to our Patreon subscribers and everybody who supports the show. If you can't support us on Patreon, then tell your friends about us. Share us. We're on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, everywhere that iTunes are. That podcasts.
That iTunes are.
Everywhere that podcasts are, we are there. So tell your friends about it. Again, big thank you to our Patreon. Congratulations, Shebrew, on winning last month's Patreon drawing. We will see you guys next time.